Hey folks, Dude here. Gonna be talking about basically a quick tabletop review here of the Vism division of NC Star Pro Series Upper Receiver block for the AR-15. Now, essentially what this guy does is it has two cross pins and then a couple bolts underneath, and what you do is you slide a piece into the upper receiver. And let's just show it to you how it looks when it's all put together here. Okay, so essentially you have the lower piece here, which takes two of the takedown pins, which then lock into the 1/4-inch holes on the upper receiver. You have a piece here that slides into the upper receiver, and if you didn't notice, it has a hole through it. Now, you could use it as a cleaning guide when it's all put together and everything like that, but the biggest thing about this is this is putting it, literally, the entire bottom of the upper receiver is now fully, and I do mean fully, supported. It has a area. Let's just show it to you real quick and dirty here. So essentially what you do is you just take this guy, throw that guy in the vise, bing, bang, boom, and it's hell for stout. I mean, I literally am shaking my entire bench here, and it is really, really, really locked in. Case in point, I mean, it's definitely on there. I mean, it's definitely in the vise, and it's basically putting it in its strongest extent. I know you also have those guys you can stick in from the rear of the receiver, goes all the way through, basically intersects with the barrel extension and whatnot. Those are cool. You're basically putting torque in a straight line and everything. But if you want to truly go buck wild on your upper receiver, and the thing is, this is completely, and I do mean absolutely universal in one very good regard here, is basically it is completely universal for one very good reason, is it intersects with the takedown pins and the lower part of the receiver. It doesn't matter if it's a flat top, doesn't matter if it's a A2 configuration like this one with a carry handle. All these things are now locked in, and it's on there, man. That's one good sized piece of aluminum bolted to another good sized piece of aluminum. There is a lip that sticks into the channel underneath the upper receiver, so it is in there, and I'm thinking it's going to be hell for stout. Yes, this is an actual old style Colt. You can see the CMB there, so Martin Brower for the Forge, and of course Colt for the C. I don't think it's got the Ford mark, but it's an A2. It's basically a good A2. A little bit of a beater, seen some hard life, but it's still completely serviceable, so it'll be utilized for something else, another project. But this is now my test animal for the usage of this NC Star guy. So, truthfully, I got this thing on eBay for not too terribly much money, and right off the bat, I got to tell you, this is a heck of a lot better than those two polymer blocks I've been using before, which actually puts marks on the outside of the upper receiver. Not a fan. This thing is actually grabbing it in every way, shape, and form that any of the marks it's putting on it are completely hidden when you put it together. Any scrapes or whatever, this thing is really, really smooth. I doubt it's going to hurt the inside of the upper receiver. And all the marks underneath here are going to be completely hidden if you do anything like that. This thing actually was so snug, I had to really crank down to get these two parts to actually squeeze into the upper receiver, because the channel was actually so snug that it wouldn't accept the tongue that then sticks up into the upper receiver. Now, the other thing, too, is also, let me pop this guy apart real quick here, and I'll show you something else, is also, there is a lip. You can see it right there. From this piece to this piece, there is a lip. So this thing is literally reinforcing the back of this, the rear lug of the upper receiver, and of course the front lug of the upper receiver is just kind of hanging out there. But you can see it's got the two exposed bolt holes right here, are actually what screw down and put these two pieces together. I gotta tell you, man, this thing's looking pretty impressive. So, tabletop review, I really haven't gone crazy with it yet. This is basically just taking it out of the box and playing with it, and it looks pretty interesting. I mean, if you guys are looking for another means of clamping together and working on your upper receivers, breaking barrels loose or cranking barrels on, I mean, you can see this thing it's on there, man. It is literally on like Donkey Kong. It's good shiznit, man. Now, NC Star really kind of had a dubious reputation, but I think they're radically improving their namesake. And this piece right here, I would say it's a good arrow to have in your quiver. I would definitely get one of these, at least to have, if you have a hardcore receiver that really just truly, makes your life suck, and you don't want to play with the polymer clamp-on blocks or the flip-over thing that basically has like the plastic hinge on the plastic piece and the plastic. Don't go that way, okay? Anytime you can grab a hold of something with actual similar configuration, can't talk today, with similar configuration stuff, alloy on alloy grabbed into something steel, Yeah, I think that's going to be some pretty good stuff. So I'm going to break up this one. Eat good, kept tender as always, you know you love it. Quick tabletop review of the Vism Division by NC Star Pro Series Upper Receiver block for the AR-15. They do give you full instructions on how to utilize these things. Have, instructions, okay? It's not ridiculously hard. It is a good-sized piece of kit, and I think it'll hold rather well in any way, shape, and form. I would definitely recommend you guys get one. If you're going to wrench on your own ARs, have something to protect your stuff so you're not going, oh, I'll just stand on it. And don't do that, okay? Eat good, keep tendering as always, you know you love it. Good stuff first. If I get it first, I'll let you know. And this looks like pretty good stuff. I'm going to break up this one, guys. Have a good one. And eat good, keep tendering as always, you know you love it. Okay, stuff like that there. So catch you guys later. And